Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Tavern of Eternal Chaos and Mischief. I am your host and proprietor, Dave MC. Grab a drink, pull up a chair, and prepare yourselves for another tale from the Tavern. In today's tale, we're diving into a franchise that's been dear to me for over a decade now. I'm talking about a game I've been playing for 13 years, Star Wars: The Old Republic. For those unfamiliar, Star Wars: The Old Republic is a free-to-play MMORPG that puts you at the centre of your own story-driven saga. You play as Jedi, Sith, bounty hunter, smuggler, and more, thousands of years before the films. Your choices don't just shape your story, they shape the galaxy itself. And with expansions like Shadow of Revan, Knights of the Eternal Throne, Legacy of the Sith, the story keeps getting bigger. As I've said, I've played this game for years, and I will never stop! But today we're talking about the class stories, my personal rankings from weakest to absolute masterpiece. Do you agree? Disagree? Let me know your thoughts below, and if you could as well, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, it would mean a lot to me. But for now, let's dive into the video. Just a quick heads up though, there may be some spoilers ahead, so if you haven't played the game, you can go get it either now on Steam or the Star Wars: The Old Republic website. It's free to download and sign up. You can access so much of the game while playing for free, including the 8 original class stories and the first 2 expansions, which were the Rise of the Hutt Cartel and Shadow of Revan. And for now, sit back, and I hope you enjoy this video. Number 8. The Jedi Consular. For over 20,000 years, the Jedi Order has fought to maintain peace and balance in the Republic. Every day brings a new threat, and the galaxy constantly teeters on the edge. The Republic needs leaders, visionaries. It needs the Jedi Consular. Now I know what you're thinking. Dave, you're pure chaos. Of course you're going to hate the diplomat class. Fair, but I tried to put chaos aside and judge it purely on story, and honestly, it is one of the weaker ones for me. The Consular travels the galaxy, resolving conflicts and building alliances. In universe, that's super important, and yes, most of the game you can choose to mess up alliances and or be the diplomat, and combat is still very much part of the storyline, but as a player, yeah, I'm not here to negotiate trade agreements while the galaxy's on fire. I'd rather be in the thick of it.
He is as clumsy as he is stupid.
Number 7. The Bounty Hunter. Countless enemies stand in the way of the Sith Empire, and they spare no expense to eliminate threats. Enter the Bounty Hunter, a deadly mercenary hunting dangerous targets for the highest bidder. The fantasy is incredible, flying across the galaxy, tracking targets, making a name for yourself. This should feel epic, but in practice it feels repetitive. Planet to planet, mission to mission, capture or kill, rinse and repeat. And after the 10th time, it starts to feel like the same job on a different planet with a different face. Yeah, the story gets a little bit better from chapters 2 and 3 with you yourself becoming the hunted, but it's really not my thing. Still though, still fun, just not the deepest story.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Number 6. The Republic Trooper. Not all heroes wield lightsabers. Some just have the will to fight. The Trooper is the Republic's elite, Havoc Squad, sent in when things get really bad. High stakes, intense missions, you are in the middle of an all-out galactic war. The problem? The story doesn't always match the fantasy. Most missions are just following orders, take out this target, secure this objective. You're carrying out the war, you're not necessarily shaping it. There are some instances where you are shaping the war, but nothing really feels final by the choices you've made to affect the war. Especially when it comes to Corellia. Like, there's the main mission for the Republic Trooper, but then there's the planetary mission, which is you take part in the War of Corellia. And that felt more like a Republic Trooper story than the actual Republic Trooper story. Compared to other classes with more freedom and personality, the Trooper can feel a little bit by the book. Number 5. The Sith Warrior. The Sith Warrior is raw power incarnate. Fear, anger, hatred. Channel them all to crush your enemies and rise through the ranks of the Sith. It delivers a pure power fantasy. You feel unstoppable, dominating everything in your path. But that is where it peaks. The story is strong, but straightforward. Following your master, hunting targets, satisfying? Yes, but not surprising. It's powerful but predictable. Until the third act of the story, it can feel a bit uninteresting. You're supposed to be a warrior, battling Jedi, waging war, but it's lower on the list because in a way it's more a battle against other Sith and can feel like you're fighting the Empire itself rather than fighting the Republic.
You are made of stupid.
Number 4. The Smuggler. Chaos, charm, and freedom. Meet the Smuggler. You're not a hero of the Republic or a dark enforcer of the Empire. You're a person with an attitude, trying to make profit, talk your way out of trouble, and maybe cause a little trouble along the way. The reason I put this above the bounty hunter was, instead of going from planet to planet, delivering cargo, instead of killing people, it's just the story. It feels like an everyman making his or her way in the universe. You feel like a civilian making a difference instead of being a hired gun. The dialogue is sharp, the choices feel alive, and for once you feel like a character with personality. You've got freedom, you've got swagger, and you have options. But while the choices are effective, it's not galaxy shaking. You're surviving the galaxy as opposed to saving it. The story is still a blast, and it's a lot of fun to play.
Stuck up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
Number 3. The Jedi Knight. If you've ever wanted to be a hero of a Star Wars movie, then the Jedi Knight is for you. Epic battles, impossible odds standing against the Empire, the cinematic fantasy of Star Wars is realised here. The stakes are high, the journey is epic, and everything you do matters. That being said, it is traditional. You know the path, you know the role, it's iconic and epic, but not the most original. The way I would compare this is you're the chosen one. You're the Anakin Skywalker of this era of Star Wars. Now, granted the Jedi Knight story is one that has the deepest impact on everything in the game, and yes, major spoiler here, when you go from Padawan to taking down the Sith Emperor himself, it's the story you expect, and it's both a great strength and a weakness. But it's still good fun, and that's why I put it in number 3.
Chime in anytime.
Oh no, I'm enjoying this far too much.
Number 2. The Sith Inquisitor. Now this is how you do a Sith story. The Sith Inquisitor starts with nothing. A slave at the bottom of the Empire, looked down upon by the Overseers and even the Lords of the Sith. Every step upward is fought for, schemed for, and clawed out of the darkness. You manipulate, uncover secrets, experiment with forbidden powers, and grow stronger with every choice. It's brutal, chaotic, and unpredictable. You're not just living the Sith life, you're playing the game. It's one of the most unique and satisfying journeys in the game. From where the Knight is going from Padawan to Master by killing the Emperor, the Inquisitor feels like a journey, as from the minute you step off the shuttle of Korriban, everyone already looks down on you, as in their eyes, you are not worthy to be Sith. And your character pushes the boundaries in both power and influence. The reason it's at number 2 though is minor. There's some minor flaws. Pacing can be a bit uneven, and sometimes it does lean heavily into the mystical that it loses a little bit of focus, but overall, This is a masterclass in Sith storytelling. And coming in at number 1, should be no surprise, the Imperial Agent. The number 1 class story in Star Wars The Old Republic. The Imperial Agent. This isn't about raw power or epic battles. It's espionage, deception, manipulation and control. You're not the strongest person in the room. You're the smartest. Pulling strings, navigating lies, constantly questioning who's really in charge. The Agent is one of my personal favourites in Star Wars The Old Republic. I can sometimes feel myself questioning everyone I come into contact with and looking over my shoulder. The big twist as well in the beginning of Chapter 2 is one that comes out of nowhere and surprised me. The reasoning for it is just well handled and really, in my mind, puts doubts in the philosophy of the Empire itself. Every decision matters, every alliance feels uncertain, every victory is earned. Unlike some of the other stories that we've gone over here, this one evolves and shifts and trusts you to keep up. This isn't just a power fantasy, it's a story, and it's the best one the game has to offer.
Be careful not to choke on your aspirations.
And there you have it, my rankings of the class stories in Star Wars The Old Republic. Now I will say, this is entirely my opinion, and I know the stories do have an overarching way of happening all at the same time, but also you don't really need to play the others to know what happens. But either way, the game and all the stories are enjoyable in their own way. Do you agree with me? Great! Do you disagree with me? Well, I have a mimic that I keep in the basement. Take your arguments and complaints to him. I warn you though, he does get very hungry. Either way, let me know in the comments, which class was your favourite? Which is your favourite character but not your favourite story? I'd like to know all your thoughts in the chat, let me know. Until next time everybody, drink up, and stay safe on your adventures, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye for now.